to be going back and loading a game on Frostpunk that I previously had started. I do have a part 1 in here, and we're going to start on day 10 of doing the ARC mission. We'll load this up. Attempt to keep this stream down to right around 40 or 50 minutes. Frostpunk game can take up a lot of time. It is a great deal of fun. Definitely not a game to play when you're down, but it is a lot of fun just wandering around, figuring out what's going on, and just the interesting steampunk flavor to everything. So, do have to wait for this all to load up. Some good tips and sometimes some interesting lore can be found across the bottom. As you see here, the infirmary and the grave relay can be cured without risky procedures that could leave them as amputees. Well, losing body parts is always a bad day, so it's a good idea. Well, yeah, if you feed me bad food, I'm probably going to get fairly grumpy with you after a while. Yeah, the last 3 words, as do you. Don't forget, caffeine will only take you so far, even as a gamer. Okay, good point. All right, here we go. We've got our automatons here coming in after doing some work. And we've got the one that's working in the sawmill there. Doesn't produce as much necessarily as a full-blown crew. However, automatons don't risk frostbite, so I can actually turn that off. Save a little coal since we've got an automaton working there. Another automaton is ready. Okay, awesome. We'll turn it on there. And we've got an automaton working there on the coal. We'll turn him off. Coal thumper. Don't need one on the coal pile. We've got the one that's wandering out here. It's pulling in 17 per hour. Now this is where automatons really can come into their own. You open up another coal thumper, and we'll get that built. Down here we have one automaton that's not actually doing anything. That's fine. We have our scouts up here. Quick glance at the mission from before. We came out here, we got the factory plans, we went back, we've started building automatons. We do have these guys right here coming back home. They're bringing some steel/iron and the coal, which is always a useful thing. Do keep in mind as you're going along, the stockpiles only hold so much. Breaking through that is never a good thing. So we're starting to come close on food. We'll actually come up here to resources. And we've got the resource depot. We'll go ahead and put one of these out here next to the cemetery. That's a little on the morbid side, putting the food depot, what's going to be a food depot next to the cemetery. But hey, win, lose, or draw, I guess. See, what's their issue? They are production queue is empty. Well, I really don't have enough resources for another automaton. So what we will do is we will turn that off for a while. The building itself does have +2 insulation, so I can turn the heater on and put these guys back to work whenever I need to. And right now we just need to wait for the food to build up. Okay. Alright, let's look at this. We've got some industrial ruins to the north and south. And we'll see what we get for options here. Okay, we've got 2 more places. Now, the storm up here is in the north on this scenario, so I definitely want to get this area explored before this. However, later on in the scenario, you will see it's a really good idea to have both those fully explored out. And we've got one automaton we can put down there, working on that. We will speed it up a little. As you can see, the food is not an issue. We're staying well ahead of that. Quite easily, as a matter of fact. And the next automaton I will probably actually put in here in the hothouse. The reason for that is it will continuously produce food. It's not going to produce as much, but it will produce a fair amount. Okay. Scouts have reached the supply depot. Let's see what they found. Wood and raw food. Plenty of valuable supplies. That's a nice chunk of wood. Not so much on the food, but we're really not going to worry about that. Send them over to the snow crawler, and we'll go home. Now, I don't have anybody to really work there. Alright. How are we doing on resources? I do want to start looking at trying to get these mechanical calculators. That's a fairly steep price there. Okay, that's an efficiency upgrade. This is always a nice one to get. That reduces the amount of coal that you're burning fairly by a fair amount. There is the tier 2 steam coal thumper that does produce a fair amount of extra coal. And cookhouse insulation, hothouse insulation. Hothouse insulation's kind of nice. Medical post, the intent is to avoid needing the medical post as much as possible in this scenario. You just don't have a lot of extra people. Here's the medical automatons, and that extra one will allow us to get some improvements to the capabilities of the automatons. Integration actually raises their efficiency, which is a good thing. So let's go ahead and make this generator just a little more efficient. We'll do that one. Improved heaters researched. And let's see. Build an outpost depot to supply. See what we got going on here. Nothing really we can put our folks to working at right now. As you can see, they're getting their free time on. Let's see, this has a couple of patients. Could turn that down since it's not that hot at the moment. Oh, these guys are in being treated. Alright. Just kick up the speed on this just a little bit. Okay, these guys are going to heal fairly quickly. That's a good thing. Really don't want them down any longer than absolutely necessary. The coal is set to last for about a day. We can actually turn that down. And we'll go do this. We'll pause it briefly. See where all we can save some coal energy. Hothouse goes to chilly because, well, there's nobody working there right now. So, and we'll just speed that back up. Coal lasts about 3 days. Alright. Specify that. Okay, we will pause and zoom out. Now these guys, I'm going to send them to actually to there. The reason for that is it will be quicker to send them there than it will to sit there and send them directly at it. As a matter of fact, actually we'll send them to there. These guys, let's see, explore. I got a steam core there. Ooh, 3 of those. That's an excellent little find. Now this guy, I'm going to send him on the way back. I will send him to here. I'll have him explore there and then return to home. Try and get a little more efficient use out of them. And right now, what we are going to hold on to is we're going to try and get enough to build another automaton. For that, we need 95 wood. coal is not an issue. We definitely have the steel, and we have one steam core that we can just immediately get. You can see the coal up there starting to reach capacity as well. Hit plus, turn that back on. They'll come back to work and start working on that. And we're going to come up here and do a resource depot storage as well. Now there is a blizzard at the end of this one, like there is at the rest of this end of the rest of the scenarios, and that can be significant in that everything kind of shuts down except for what your automaton's working. Alright. Alright, these guys got to their halfway point. We'll zoom in. Keep an eye on what all's going on here in the town. It's always a good thing. And we'll go back to speeding this up. Alright, so temperature has dropped. We do need to turn that back on so we don't lose these seedlings. Now, keeping in mind where you've actually got people working, that's always a key thing. And the factory. Want to keep people from getting cold as much as possible. Alright, we've got all the ceilings protected. Oh, this is where our people are getting sick, is out here. We'll turn that heater on. That'll help solve some of that issue. Alright. And 1 sec. Alright. And the stockpile is full, so this automaton's actually not being productive. We'll send him over here. This guy will start gathering from both coal piles, and you'll actually see that number jump up quite a bit. Alright, they're complaining that they're out of wood. This automaton will come out. I'll be able to put him either down here and pull some of the pressure off there, or I can put him at the hothouse, or I can put him there. I may put him at the hothouse just to... might go with the sawmill instead, just to get those folks out of there so that they're not working in those freezing conditions. Can redistribute some of the manpower across here, including one into here. 1 or 2 into here. Okay, make that resource depot that. So now we've got plenty of storage room for coal as we're going along. As a matter of fact, we're going to -1 here and +1 here just to get that knocked out a little faster. Alright, the automaton has decided it wants to actually work. There's a stockpile. And some of my family running around the background, so I apologize for the banging. Okay. We're going to shut down the automaton. I'd really rather not risk some of those things. We've got 33 wood. We'll just let this cook for 1 second. Okay, let's see what's got these folks going. Serious accident, so now we're gonna have somebody in palliative care. We'll slow down the automatons just in case. I'd rather do that. Exploration industry, food, health, shelter. Let's go ahead and start researching that. Production queue is empty, so we do have one automaton not doing anything. Put him back in there harvesting wood. This guy is stuck for the next few hours, the Royal Norfolkmen. Okay, explore there. That's a fair amount of steel and coal, so that's a nice little find. We'll send him out to see what the cracked ice is, and we'll send him up to South Pass. Keep in mind, the guy going to South Pass does have our cores, and we do want to make sure he comes back after that. And we'll go ahead and build another one of those. Book of Laws, adaptation. Let's see, what can we do to try and help our folks out here? Have to build a care house. Okay, that's not that big a deal to me. Health, care house, 25 wood, 5 steel. It does have a base heating level of 2, so it's got decent insulation to start with. Now, alright, didn't mean to lasso the automaton. You can see here that it's not jumped up at all. As a matter of fact, it went down because of that. However, we have 2 piles of coal to work from. So if need be, we can build another gathering post and they will both be able to gather from the coal piles here. So let's see, what do we got going on? Don't have the materials that we need to build that, so it's primed and ready to go. We're just waiting for various things to show up. That one is not back up and running just yet. We're looking for an autonomous city, so I do need to have 2 of them working in the coal industry. That means actual coal production, not necessarily just gathering. And I do need to have 1 of them working in the hothouse. I only have about so much time to build a care house, but that's a couple of days, so we're really not going to sweat that. But since we've got the materials, we might as well just push that in here, and that can go right there. Alright, he's going up there to build it. As you can see, even though he's working at 55% efficiency, he is still building fairly quickly. Alright. There are no resources in range, so we can go ahead and dismantle that. And we'll come down here and put 1 automaton in there that will help eat their way around through all that. That basically fires all the guys that were working there. Talk about automation replacing your job, but in this case, I don't think anybody's really going to complain because it keeps them from freezing to death. So, you know. Explore. We found cracked ice. There's nothing to do here. Yay! But we've discovered a lone boulder and snow-covered supplies. Well, the lone boulder is kind of closer out of the 2. We'll send him to there. This guy's almost to South Pass. Speed this back up. We have 1 automaton that's not actively working. So we can sit down here and put him, on the hothouse. Yay! So if we turn this on, we can get that up to there. So we might turn that off, put the workers there, see how much better they are at gathering coal. And we'll put the other automaton there. We've got an autonomous city. Hope rises. It's always a good thing. Now we need to have to build 5 houses. Yep, built 5. Disband all expeditions. Nope, not doing that. 8,000 coal and 500 food rations. This is where you need to be thinking, oh my word, that is just a ton of coal. So, nope, not gathering post. Going to need significant resource depots in order to store all of that. So, might as well start working on knocking those out. See the lone boulder, explore. Just keep finding more places to explore. We'll send him. Come up here, explore this. Frozen pond, empty shelter. We have to scout these new locations. However, as I mentioned, that guy has got cores, and we need those cores back here now. Now would be a good time. Let's see, do we have Lost Dreadnought, Broken Automaton, Windswept Field, Snowcrawler, Icefall Mine, Abandoned and Depleted Mine. Alright, let's come down here to this. There is no more room for storage limits been reached, so we can turn this guy off. Okay, we've got a win on that. Let's see, 100 wood. So let's come here and turn this factory off. Now the reason for that is letter of thanks. Oh, they think we're awesome. That's great, dude. We think you're awesome too. Thanks for the heads up. Alright. Put this automaton to work down here. It's kind of nice not having to heat these. Now we are running into an issue where we're not just don't have enough wood. So let's go over here to resources, wall drill, and we'll actually start a research project on that. And we'll use our final steam core in that, at least till that other guy gets back with those 3. And the other thing we can do is resources, see what this takes. 35 wood and 25 steel, okay. This guy is returning, he's got 272 wood, that'll be a nice little bonus there. We can do some research on the next level up of things that we need. This guy is going over here to see what the abandoned sawmill looks like, while this guy returns to town. Speed this back up. Who do we not have doing anything? We have 3 unemployed guys there. We'll just put them to work there for fun. Well, we know we're going to need a resource depot that's fairly impressive. Right now, a max storage that we can get is 2,700. This does show all of our stockpiles added together. Each is worth about 900. Production is lower than coal. Coal will last about a day. Okay. Send you back out. Sorry, dude. I know it's cold out there, but you brought back some needed supplies. Okay, come up here. Resource depot. Get that to work. I'm going to change that to wood for a moment. And what else have we got going on? Now, what we can do is we can power this up. It will still leave us enough for what we need for research the next day. Abandoned sawmill. Well, what do you know? We're probably going to find wood. That's a nice chunk of wood. It's probably abandoned. There's probably an outpost here years ago. Nothing left but this frozen sawmill. Hey, not complaining. Thanks for the donation, dude. The donation of wood to the cause. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. We'll go back and do home. Speed this right back up because, well, there's nothing really super critical going on. We are running low on coal. That is a significant issue at this point. Turn that off here, turn that on here. And we're gonna have to put, you know what, let's turn this one off and turn them on there. Keep in mind that the automations work 24/7, so even though he's not gathering quite as much, he does gather all the time. Okay, now we can make that one coal. Yeah, I'm aware we still have that one at wood, but that's okay. We briefly broke 300 there, and we don't want to waste any of the extra supplies coming in. Raw food's significant there. That's all right. As soon as our guys get done researching here, we will actually kick that up a notch. We will extend their shift just because, hey, researchers, we need you working. We need you working now. Okay, well, go ahead and go to the Book of Laws. We'll make it legal to actually have prosthesis. That will give us an option in the factory to build those. Okay. Alright, now we are going to need to crank on several of these. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So now the heaters are not keeping up. So we are going to have to go up here to tech, resources, food. I know we have them. Oh man, I hope I didn't screw us up here. Heating, no, we don't have those. Ah, quickly, quickly, quickly. We've only got a very little bit of time here before this really is going to bite us in the tail. Start. Go see how long it's going to take us. About 5 hours. That will give us enough time to actually build some of these steam hubs. Not as worried about this. We do have plenty of food. We are 100% worried about those arcs. As a matter of fact, that is the only thing we're worried about. Okay. Go for that empty shelter. Alright, whoa. Oh, well, that's going to be a lot of resources we find here. It's a fair amount of steel. We got the 3 cores, which are always good. And, you know, anytime you get more coal when you need 8,000 and you only have 500, that's an awesome thing. Okay, this guy we're going to actually send to here at this point. Matter of fact, yeah, we'll send him there. And then we'll actually recall him because he's starting to get kind of full. We only have the one dude inbound to us. And all right, we'll upgrade that. Now, 20 steel. I started that upgrade already too. Ugh. All right, turn that off. Turn it on there. We still have. All right. Even the care house is a little too cold. Turning that up, we have enough coal to last us about a day. The arcs themselves are doing okay. As soon as we get steel in, though, we need to keep it building out. This is going to be a kind of a tight run thing here on getting these steam hubs up fast enough. So even though the arcs are freezing, it is going to jump up a couple. The heaters internal to the arcs will buy us the time we need. And so it will survive. This is a warning though. Make sure you've got those steam heaters researched. I kind of backburnered them and I almost paid a very heavy price for that, but that's okay. As you can tell, we had plenty of food. We are running short on food ration storage. So we'll continue to install these steam hubs just so we don't risk running into that again. Okay, let's see what's the empty shelter. Alright, isolated shelter and research outpost. Now keep in mind what I said about the storm. As the storm is going there, you want to take the further north option. You can always come back and hit that again. There are some more out this way. We've got the frozen pond there as our marker, and that guy is en route to there. But life's about to get a little more complicated. Alright, we'll have him build that. And get our one dude who's an amputee back up and running as soon as they can. Coal is only at 18 hours right now. We are starting to cut that awfully tight. So one of the things we're going to build is another gathering post, but this one we're going to put a little closer to home. Alright, build the road out just to give us that option. Resources, there's our gathering post. See how it lights up green? That means it is in range of it. We'll continue to build that road out though, just to kind of give us as much of an option as possible. Alright. Because I'm going to put one more coal thumper in there. Make sure it's in the white. So we got somebody get sick. Where do we have people getting sick? And steam hub. We still need one up here. And we're going to need one to protect this one as well. Eek. Like I said, it's gonna be a tight run thing getting all those steam hubs built fast enough not to have major problems. We did have several people get sick, which is not cool. So let's see, snow-covered supplies, raw food. That's not tons, but at this point we're gonna have this guy run for home. You will find that it is quicker just to have him run for home. It's a known place. 23 hours, about a day before he gets back. Keeping in mind he's carrying a significantly large amount of supplies. Warms up right there, saves the seedling arc. Nope, we want to keep it warmed. Back up to a nice balmy negative 40 degrees Celsius. For those of you who use Fahrenheit, negative 40 and negative 40 Celsius and negative 40 Fahrenheit are actually fairly close together. The crossover is at negative 42 degrees. Is roughly about the same temperature for both. Now the question is this guy in range of that steam hub? Yep, that means he can go to Chile. Here's our one dude wandering in. He doesn't look so hot. He's kind of stumbling around. Oh, that ain't cool, dude. No, don't die now. You're looking at the town. Come on, dude. New Manchester. Workers and their families. Resources are running out and they're in trouble. Fearing coming storms. He's sole survivor. Oh, sad face. Well, we've got scouts coming in. They're about 20 hours out. Keep in mind, we still have a significant amount of coal we got to gather up here. Automations. 20 wood and 20 steel less. That's actually a fairly significant jump. We will boost our efficiency by 70%. That is incredible as well. I think we're probably going to go with the streamlined automations. However, we're short on steel. So, let's see. Well, that can hold for right now. Okay, what do you got here, dude? Who's in palliative care? Oh, that ain't cool, dude. No, 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 no. We cannot abandon people in need. Or I won't endanger the mission. Hope will fall, discontent will rise. Well, you know what? My discontent's low enough. Let's not piss these folks off or throw away hard-working folks. That wouldn't be cool. Turn that down. Isolated shelter, explore. Oh yeah, we'll take those resources and run for the hills. We will send that guy. Let's see. Or do we want to send him there? We'll send him to there and see if we can bounce through fast enough. This is going to be very tight timing in a lot of these things. And okay, we need to try and save the messenger. Let's see. We do have one more Steam hub to build, and I'm actually going to do that just to make sure we get it built. As you can see, they got plenty cold, so they're taking a little while to warm back up. We'll go ahead and turn those on just to make sure it gets warmed up. And we'll just speed things up a little bit here as we go. Let's see, we have automaton not doing anything. Oh, how dare you. How could you? Matter of fact, one of the things we do need, we have the wall drill. So we're gonna come over here, resources, wall drill. There's only one place on this map to build it, and it's right there. So road. Road's really not super critical on how fancy you get going over that wall drill in this case. And with that, we'll just let it cook along for 2 seconds. And let's see, our scouts have arrived. So, oops, nope, don't want to get your butt in gear, dude. That storm is coming fairly quickly here. Zoom in. Put that to working there. That'll give us a nice inflow of wood at all times. Let's see what we got going on for research here. And let's start doing that. Okay. Turn the heater on there, try and keep them as warm as possible. Get that coal flowing at insignificant amounts. 6 hours is just not enough. So we're going to take the automaton off that and go to there. See about how this looks. Ooh, ow, we've got a major displacement there in coal. Turn that off. That hasn't fully recovered yet, however that one has, and that one has not. Let's see what that does to our numbers. And we're still cutting it awfully, awfully tight on the coal supplies. Okay. Get this in there and built. And we'll just speed this up. We may not do so hot here. About 6 hours. 6 hours. Okay, we are recovering here slowly. Turn that back on. Just get that arc freezing message to go away there. 5 hours. They, however, go back to work in less than that. Patience, less than an hour. Awesome. All right. Come out here, scout. Welcome back. Get your butt back out there. Go. And right here, we can see the isolated shelter has become under the storm, and we will no longer be able to go there. So we wanted to make sure we got there before it got to that point. There's nothing queued because, well, yeah. So, whoops, nope. We want automatons, not necessarily those. And we can take one of these off here. Put it back on that. How are we doing? Still not generating coal just as fast as we'd like to. So instead of the automaton going there, that pile's 108, that pile's 56, that ain't much. What we will do is let that work for a minute. We'll actually put the automaton directly on the coal pile. This guy can come off as well. And we will put him, as I mentioned, directly on the coal pile itself. We do have some significant drops in temperature coming up. Okay, that has completely recovered. That has completely recovered. We have about 11 hours. Research outposts. Let's just see what they found there. Some steam cores. That's always an awesome thing. And some coal. All right. Now, this guy, due to how fast that blizzard's coming on, we're going to keep him exploring out over here. The New Manchester is going to be a significant challenge at this point to try and get out to them fast enough. And let's go ahead and build a resource depot. We're not exactly sure just yet what the New Manchester crowd's going to need. However, we do know we're going to need that to help hold enough coal. So we come back here, we're supposed to hold 8,000. We only have a storage capacity of 2,700. All right, let's see. Actually, well, we've got 240 wood, so we're good right now. And we'll just speed this back up. About how many hours? About 4 hours, so we will get that pushed out there fairly quickly. We're going to actually, let's turn this off. I know we need those automatons, but I want that research to come in first in order to significantly cut down the expense on the next one. The one that's in build, and we're not going to get that. The one after that, that's a pretty big jump. All right, read journal. Nope, don't want you going there. I want you going to the frozen pond. 15 hours is a significant hike for him. And we can see the food up there. Make that into that. All right. Scouts have reached expedition camp. Explore the bodies of the other expedition members. Oh, sad face. Completely insufficient for that. One of the men is beggar's belief. Broken vehicle. We're going to take the resources and we are going to push that scout right on out. That storm does continue to approach. We only have 12 days, and we're going to see that become a serious resource drain in the immediate future. Thank you. With all the work we've done, it's hard to care. I'm glad they like the care house. We've still got 3 people being treated. Take a look at our patients. We've got this 2 engineers, and we've got the worker who's sitting here in bad shape. Okay. Awesome. Now we need to turn the factory back on. May not get this automaton knocked out today, but I'd rather have done that. And we'll get those guys working on integration just to raise the efficiency of the automations. Another automaton is ready for work. And we'll put him on over there just to get the wood, keep cranking. Now, ideally, we would keep this thing fully fueled and going as long as possible. Not sure we're going to be able to pull that off. Production queue is empty. And no, it's not. There you go. All right, don't know what to make that. Well, we'll make that one coal. And we'll also make that one coal. So we're up to 4,500 storage coal. We only have 300. That is a critical thing. Consumption's lower than what production is. Scary thought, that. Actually pull him off there. Put him on there. This guy's cranking out coal fairly quickly. Put the other one there. That will continue to generate significant amounts of coal throughout the night. 12 hours, so we will last. It'll be a tight fight, but we'll make it. And these guys are closed for the day, which means no matter what I do, their heater doesn't matter on the supply of coal. And we'll just speed this back up again. Look at the economy. We are generating more coal than we're consuming per day. Let's go down here to Book of Laws, see if there's anything we can do to kind of perk our people up. Extra rations for the ill. That will enable our guys to get well faster. Let's see, what are patients? And you do see a drop. It almost cut it in half. Anything to help here, as we aren't hurting on people, but at the same time, it's a good way to stay ahead of that general power curve. And let's see. Well, you know what? We've got the supplies. We will just upgrade that. That gives us a +2 on insulation, not just a +1, and that will make it warm enough to actually put workers in there. Broken vehicle. Oh, steam core. That's always a good thing. Sending them up to wrecked vehicle. Again, this is the observation tower. This is part of the mission ongoing. However, that is a lot further north, so I want to get there before the storm starts putting pressure on it. Frozen pond, let's see. Nothing interesting, however, supply trailer and a steam lorry. Steam lorry, for those of you who are not aware, is basically a steam-driven truck. Think semi, only driven by steam. Further north, I'm going to send them a supply trailer, and then I will send them the steam lorry, and away we go. If we drop that down, it saves a bit on the coal. We have the one automaton working there. 11 morning, you're ready for the day. Awesome. We are staying just ahead of the requirement for the coal. Not by much. We have enough food rations to theoretically last through the blizzard. What is our storage capacity on food? Storage capacity on food is 900. Alright, so we don't have to worry about that just at this moment. Alright, how big's the steam pile? That steam pile is, that coal pile is 200 and some. We will put an automaton back on there as we are low on steel. These guys are carrying a lot of coal and a lot of steam cores. We're gonna need them. All right, speed it back up. Let's go, guys. Turn you off. Well, max. Turn it on there. Efficiency rises. Well, that's always an awesome thing. This guy is now gathering 17 instead of 15. Same for him. And he's gathering 13. Let's see what that does to our overall economy. We do see an increase of almost 100 coal per day. However, we're about to hit another cold snap, and that's going to force us to turn on various heaters in order to keep things going. Let's see. 75 steel. I think we're going to hold off on that just right now. Gathering post, resource depot upgrade. 50% more. That will be a significant help. All right, speed that up. Another automaton has been built. Yay, team. Just keep cranking them out as quickly as we can. And we'll put that other one down here gathering steel. Put him back on there. Who's unemployed? For 3 days. Nope. They can get a little upset with me. They have got to keep working. I need that research completed as quickly as possible. He is doing a very good job of staying ahead of that. That being said, let's see, where can I put 4 dudes to work? Really don't have a good spot for them. Turn it on here, but that's going to raise the coal burn just a little bit. There we go. They're generating 16. Wrecked vehicle, explore, hidden supplies, hidden cache supplies. That's a fair amount of steel, nice amount of coal, and go for the observation tower. This guy is only 22 minutes out, so we'll be looking at that one shortly as well. Supply trailer. Ooh, more steam cores. This guy's already carrying a lot. 143 steel. Take resources, send him to the steam lorry. Hopefully there might be more out this way. We'll see. If there are, we'll continue to use that scout to do that. As you can see, a storm is still approaching. Right there is our frost line. That's just a little more north of that wrecked vehicle. And we only have 11 days. 11 days to get 8,000 coal is going to be tough. 680, those guys are working their tails off. Alright, so let's see, we have that. Heating, generator power, we are going to need to upgrade some of these generator powers. And we'll hold off on that. We need the steel. I know they're like, but you said your shifts are extra long. Yep, and we're going to actually reduce that. You'll see the discontent fall slightly, but we're not going to be able to promise them 3 days off. Alright, they're like, hey, you're not telling us to do anything. Well, it's another reason to kind of hold off on the steel production issues here right now. We've got to get automatons out here working on some of these coal piles. $19 hours. At least one worker. Oops. Alright, this coal pile can get bigger than these others. Actually, since it's overnight, steam lorry, steel and steam cores. Wow. This guy has just had an awesome, we'll go back and read that journal. Generators built to thank steam lorries. This is their ability to haul cargo over frozen landscapes. Shame can't be repaired. Well, no other hits off that guy. 22 hours to come back. That'll put us right at 9 days. However, his supplies, 12, oh my word, steam cores. The 169 coal is just kind of incidental. This is a 43 raw food. Have the 285 steel. So one of the things we need to be thinking about is we really don't have that much storage capacity for that much steel. So we'll build that up and we'll use that for the steel that's coming back. Yeah, that took a hit there, but it's actually kind of worth it at this point. We are about to have a cold snap, which is going to drop this to uninhabitable by our current group of folks. Okay, come on, I need you to get to 75 steel. Come on, build a little, go a little faster there, dude. All right. And here we see the temperature drop. Now, oh my word, wow. Even with the steam hubs up, we're fighting to keep the arcs going. There we go. That'll keep those functional. And you want to keep your guys working inside the heater circles as much as possible at this point. We are going to have to turn that on, even though it's waiting for workers. It is not producing due to how cold it was. If we turn that off, you can see a little too cold. Nope, have to turn it up. Automaton, we don't have to worry about it getting frostbite, but we do have to worry about the hothouse itself. All right, switch this guy over to there. And we'll let that cruise along there for a moment. Turning to a known location. Yeah, that's one way of saying it. Come on home, boys. All right, we do know they're coming in with a fair amount of steel. And we'll go sit there and select this. We now have 750 storage for steel. And we're doing pretty good. Observation tower. Explorer. Seen New Manchester. Yay! Strands of many smoke cries, which means still inhabited. We have to reach them as soon as possible. We'll take the resources. 131 wood. It's not very much. We will send this guy over to New Manchester. That's going to get frozen here pretty soon. And then we have to worry about Snowy Hill as well. So let's see. Any of our research here. Generator heater efficiency needs 40 steel. We will hold off until we get that. That will anything to ease up on our coal supply. We are not getting coal out as fast as we could. We'll put him on that. That will help that. And just like that, we're back up to gaining on our coal. Turn that off there and turn it on there. That will give us a really big boost. Still not going to be enough unless we figure out how to get this one running. Let's go ahead and do the research on the heater efficiency. We have a lot of heaters running at this point. Now, one of the things we are going to do is continue to work on this. The infirmary is going to be something I do need to research in an attempt to save the little dude who's in palliative care. And it's going to get even colder here very soon, so that is an issue. Not for these guys. As you can see with the heater running, building +2 heater +1 heat zone, it can drop one more and we can still use that building. It's gonna be close in a lot of areas. Explore. We will try to help them. Just from now, we'll try to help them. Jamestown's Mill Shanty Town. There's so many people here. Too many. Look sick, underfed. Most of them don't have a proper roof over their heads. Nothing can save them from the storm except us. Oh boy. Well, we'll try to help them. And these guys are going to Snowy Hill. A sprawling city with little chance of surviving the storm. Okay. Go to home. Play aid for New Manchester. If we want to help to survive storm and construction materials. This beginning, we'll need much more, especially food and coal. 600 steel. Ow. 600 wood. And 1 automaton. Warning, you do not get that automaton back. Keep that in mind. Okay, we're hurting on steel right now. So we will speed this up. We might not be able to accomplish all the goals. The arcs will survive. I don't know about New Manchester just yet. We'll do what we can. It does take your automatons a hot minute to hike over that. It takes about 2-3 days for them to get over there. Keep that in mind. Awesome. Well, welcome back, guys. Thank you for bringing back a ton of stuff. All right, we are going to need all the help we can get here. All right, let's see if there's any reason to send them out. We will send them to the observation tower just to make sure, in case it starts getting tight over there on timing and space. All right. Construction Resource Depot. As you can see, the coal is climbing nicely. It's still not climbing quite fast enough. We're only gaining about 800 per day. We don't have 10 days anymore. And you're going to see have to send food and coal over to New Manchester. Is going to be difficult. All right. It's about to drop again in temperature, so heat zone, building insulation, and heater. So However, we only have to endure for about a day, and then it does warm up. We have a fairly long stretch of warmer, and I use big air quotes on that, weather. Scouts have reached Snowy Hill. Further point for more escalation. Manchester Dreadnought and Ruined Warehouse. There's nothing else to do here. Well, the Ruined Warehouse is further away, so we'll send him out there. Even though it's going to take him 15 hours. Very close to losing that access to that research outpost, so it's a good thing we made it there. So we have people that aren't doing anything, but the insulation in these buildings is simply not good enough. So sending them out there would be a good way for them to get sick or have other problems. Let's see, we'll put that up on coal. So now we can store 7,600 heater efficiency. And go ahead, let's see, do we want to increase that? Let's get that medical research tree knocked out here real fast. Hopefully it's real fast. It'd suck if it wasn't. And these guys are going to extended shifts as well, just so we can get those automations out and running. Put one there. Put another one there. Not addressing this, you can get pissed off at me. I really don't care. You're cold at home. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. We definitely are going to need to go into research tree and start looking at researching houses after they finish this one. That will increase the insulation quite a bit. and that will help us survive what's coming ahead anyways. Further down that tree, house insulation is critical. House redesign, not so much on this one. We've already got most of what we need for houses. If I was going to have to build a ton more, then yes, that would be a huge help. It's not worried about it. Okay, we have a new automaton that just rolled out. So let's put it on there. Sick recover 10% faster. Houses are next. We've got to try and get our guys into healthy locations, and then we will get the infirmary. Steam heat infirmary 10 faster, and the gravely ill can be treated safely and reliably. Alright, send him to there. And we've got the supply trailer has fallen under the storm, so we wouldn't be able to go back there anyways. How are we doing on coal? That knocked over 100 off. We only have 8 days. This is extremely tight timing on some of this. Have an automation working there. We don't have one working there. Okay. Well, I know where I'm sending the next one. We've got plenty of resources to build one after that. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and build another workshop. We do have those 4 guys. Don't have really anything better to do right now. Explore the take 131 and 43 food, and then we're sending him for home. It's going to take him a day to get back there. Remember, one of the critical do not fail is disband all expeditions, and remember that gives you another 5 guys to work. Okay, send him there. Keep pouring on the steam here, guys. Uh-oh, we're starting to get a lot of sick people because their housing situation is they're still in bunkhouses. The insulation's just not good enough. However, it gets warmer here very soon. That will cut down on some of that, so max out on that. Guess what, dudes? You're going to work just as hard as everybody else. And go. All right. Max that. And we'll go ahead and max that. Okay, how much coal are we pulling in a day? We're pulling in right around 1,100 per day. We have 8 days. We are still going to want to yet further increase that if we can. So we may try and build another coal thumper. I may try and squeeze it in right there. And let's speed this up. As a matter of fact, I see that I've been going for about an hour and almost 10 minutes. This is a very good place to pause it. We do have the build up. It's just gotten warmer. Looks like it's going to be a clear run now for several 3-4 days before we have to worry about things. Thank you for watching and have a pleasant day. And this is Recon 1. You'll get to see me save it. Save. Yes, overwrite. Quit. Yeah, we'll go to the main menu. Go to my task manager and have a good one.